What's up? It is a new day out here in the shop. Trying to think of where I left off. Left off with the plate. I got the plate done. So now what I got to do is clean the frame off where it's going. I'm going to get some of the mud out of the frame. We'll try to get some of the mud out of the frame. And then I wanted to show you guys this. This is the size difference in these boxes. You see, the big thing is how much thicker this whole box is really. It's longer by a hair, I think, too. It could be the same size. I don't know. But I think it's thicker for sure. I gotta get this line off of here somehow. Now that it's off, I might be able to get a better grip on it. Gotta get the pitman arm off. I still gotta make sure that fits. And yeah, that's what we're gonna pick back up. So give me a minute and we'll get set up here. middle hole.
They have to essentially be, you can't like 3D print the whole thing. You can't have one
Never
structure.
said I was a welder. I'm wanting to get the top like, but it's kind of hard to get to it. I don't know if I'm going to take off the radiator hose and get it, or I don't know yet. Need to figure something out with it. But catch you on the top or throwing it back in, so let's keep on going. I need to see if the steering wheel's big. I got them. They're barely showing right there, man. I don't know if it would be a direct swap with the stock aluminum spacer. I just don't see it really. I built the first spacers to the same width of the stock aluminum ones, and it just was too small. It would have been hitting the middle right there. It's already close, but I mean, you see how close I can't even get a finger up in there. So you'd have to get a new I can't think right now. I think my butt was pretty tied up in there between the fan and the tranny line, but I mean, for what it is, I mean, you can't really complain. It is a direct swap, bolt-wise, but you would have to get a new spacer. It's almost just worth buying it off of, I think, Rough Stuff for $52. So, but I'm working with what I got. I wonder if my brace will still line up. I'm still going to run a brace on it, just safe measure. I ain't taking no chances with this thing, man. I love this thing. I love this little Cherokee. So, I mean, for the most part, that's swapping a Durango gearbox onto a 96 Jeep Cherokee. The gearbox came out of a 98, 99. I think I got a 98 without the snow package. So I got the shaft on, which I really don't like that U-joint feel in that, but I can't find a shaft anywhere and I'm not messing with it. So now we can see if the pitman arm fits. I gotta get the pitman arm off of, it's in that mess right there, but trying to heat it up, get that line moving inside that nut. Nut's kind of stripped, but I can tighten it on there with the vice grip. Really don't want to buy a new line. Give it some heat, give it some spray, give it a twist. Just like that. It will come undone. Okay, at least I can use the line onto the new gearbox. Voila. Now I'm going to take it to the other side so we can get this pitman arm on. Alright, we're going after this sucker. Get the washer off there. Shouldn't take much. This thing was pouring fluid. That's my reasoning for changing. I didn't want to do a rebuild kit on it. I put this thing through so much. I still gotta tighten the nut for the shaft and hit the gearbox bolts. Hit them 3 bolts with the big impact. And then get the shaft on, attach my track bar, or my whatever you call it. Attach that to that, and then tighten them bolts and do the lines and put the airbox back in, and we are done with this. Got to remember the seals for the lines, so let's get started on that. Whether it's enough, I don't know. Hopefully they stay tight. Alrighty. We are gonna work on getting the lines in. For power steering fluid, we are using the O'Reilly ATF Plus 4. We gotta get this line on first. I gotta get the focus. Gotta get the O-rings on, and then I'm gonna dab them up with the fluid I'm using. Kind of give them something slick, just so that they don't tear on the install. So I just had them somewhere. Got these 2 O-rings. Put it on like that. And then I need a flat head to take off the white cap. So the first one I'm doing goes on this front one. The one I was just trying to do goes into the one I need to do last. So now I gotta get that sucker in there. I don't know if I bent this or what. Can't seem to get it to do anything I tell it. Alright, I'm gonna have to get this with you guys out of my way because I cannot get my hands down in there and the camera's right in the way. So, alright, I got the line on there. I gotta tighten that hose up right there. And then I got to tighten up that bolt for the steering shaft. Okay, that's tight. Real quick and easy. Put this cleaner back on. Get that on there, squeeze it. Start by putting some fluid in the reservoir. problems with it, grabbing my long arm, my lower control arm. That concludes everything for the 98 Dodge Durango gearbox swap on a Jeep Cherokee XJ. Made that frame stiffener, put the new box on it, got the fluid in, took it for a test drive. It all seems to be good. We ain't getting no leaks anywhere, so that's always a win. I'm gonna try to get this thing ready up for wheeling this summer. If you like this kind of stuff, just give my page a follow, and this type of stuff that I'll be trying to do on somewhat of a weekly basis as much as I can. So go give my page a follow and have a good day.